they'd be, yeah, they wouldn't be much at all. So no, I think that it is useful, and it drives home the whole, like, not only is it immoral what they're doing, not only does it go against our own values to allow them to do it, but these are not them. This is who we let do
What
it.
I told Brad was, I'm like, I would even be okay if you were ruled by impressive people.
No, we're not.
I mean, we're ruled by the most unimpressive, unintelligent, just mediocre. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just, it's,
Yeah.
so
No, I appreciate you bringing that up. Anyone else? Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
So, looking at the statistics within Utah, one of the, I guess, most unfortunate statistics that I saw in our elections is that the people that have affiliated with the Libertarian Party and registered as Libertarian have the lowest turnout among any party and unaffiliated. In what context do you think that we should be able to reach out and promote our own members voting more often?
Yeah, so I don't know your own state's rules well enough to give exact advice. To whatever degree that is not going to get you in trouble, I would primarily reach out to people who have already registered Libertarian before you reach out to anyone. Like, they already said they're Libertarian. Now, part of the reason why they have some of the lowest turnout is, I think for a lot of people, Libertarian is just like NOTA. It's like, yeah, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, this is the one I've heard of the most. A lot of people do the same thing with Green Party. They're like, that's the thing they've heard of, and it's their way of saying, yeah, I'm not any of, they just as soon say independent or something like that, for many of them, not all of them. And this actually bore out in some polling that was done by Dave Schrader's group. These were the people that ran the analytics for our campaign in 2020. And they polled registered Libertarians on different issues and found that, like, they were not giving Libertarian answers. Like, a lot of them were just like, very kind of centrist across the board people. They were just saying, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I would still reach out to them because they chose Libertarian. There's something in there, and it's worth exploring. At the very least, they've demonstrated that they probably, and this is why they're not voting, they're not going to vote Republican or Democrat. That's our biggest challenge. Our biggest challenge is people going, well, if I vote for you and I don't vote for Trump, I'm going to get Biden. Or if I vote for Biden, if I don't vote for Biden, I'm going to get Trump. These are people that already said, oh, I don't care if I vote. So if for nothing, for no other reason, the fact that they're probably not going to vote anyway, and you don't have to argue endlessly about the wasted vote, you can say, hey, look, throw your vote our way. We want the more votes we get, the more we are able to show that we're a viable alternative. You've already won they already agree with you on the biggest argument we face when we're trying to get people to vote for us. So if for no other reason, I would reach out first and foremost. Now, in terms of how you can reach out to them, I know some states are different than others about, can you use those lists and contact them directly or not and stuff like that. So I actually know how not to get you in trouble, but to whatever degree you can, I would reach out to them primarily before you're reaching out to anyone else. And I think I can take one more question and then we're done. Okay. Amen. And if anyone didn't get a chance to ask me their question, I'll still be here. You can walk up to me and ask, and I'm happy to answer.
Do you promise to interact with us on Twitter? Each one.
I do my best. I do my best to interact as much as I can.
How open are you to running for office in the future?
In the future?
Yeah.
I would likely run for an office in the future. Just not now.
If you move here, I'll nominate you for one of our whatever.
County Commission.
Daggett County Commission.
Daggett County Commission.
All right, well, I'm glad plans are already being made for me here. But like I said, I will close on this.
Yeah, right.
We are a group of people who are in a constant uphill battle. And some of us relish it. I'm definitely one of them. I like a challenge. For example, I married someone who looks like that, and I married like this. So I like a challenge. An incremental win, that was not. We just about filled up this room, but we also know we need like orders of magnitude more to do the things we want to do. That can feel hopeless. I would like to remind you or let you know if you didn't know. Every major social movement in human history that has resulted in people being even this much more free, every single one of them started with groups of people that could have been sat just about at this table. Some of them were just one or two people or one family. And all the way along the way, as they built their way up, I'm sure they were told by people, there's no point in this. What are you doing? You're at risk. You're many times in physical danger. No one's going to join you on this. This is hopeless. What are you doing? Let's just try our best to keep our head low and do as well as we can under the status quo. That was unacceptable for them. They were willing. They didn't care that they were getting that pushback. They didn't care how bad the odds were because they knew that the alternative to fighting until they won or were no longer here, the only alternative was just shrugging their shoulders and say, okay, I'll take it. This is how it's going to be. That was unacceptable to them. That is unacceptable to you. That's why you're here. Liberty is going to win because it makes the most sense. And we are going to get over ourselves and start relating to other people. And when liberty wins, it's going to be because of you. You're going to be the ones that were remembered. You're going to be the ones that were remembered as the remnant, as the trailblazers, the ones who saw it before anyone else. I could not be more honored and privileged to be a part of this group. You are our ground army for liberty. And I love all of you. Thank you so much for having me here.